Hey guys, just wanted to do a update of my 40-gallon breeder tank. This tank has been set up for a few weeks now, and it's about through with its cycle. I thought it was, done with the cycle before I added that bicolor blenny in there, and before I added that live rock. The rock was actually dry live rock, but when I added the rock into the tank, I guess there was some organics on the rock that dissolved and made the tank cycle. I guess because it was quite a bit related to the bacteria that was already established in the tank. It was more than they could keep up with. So there wasn't a big ammonia spike. There was a steady increase in ammonia. And now it seems as if it's starting to drop off a little bit. Maybe not a whole lot, but quite a bit. So from what I know about how a tank cycles, it should be over soon. I also would like to add that there is some nitrates in the tank as well. So it's about done, and it'll be ready for a 40% water change, and maybe some new additions to the tank soon. So you'll just have to keep an eye out for that when the time comes. I'll just note some changes in the tank and the water chemistry. One, there is some diatom growing on the sand. There might have been a little bit growing on the glass and maybe a little bit on the rock, but it's kind of hard to tell, because the rock already has some color to it when it was purchased, so can't really tell if it's growing on the rock. But it is growing on the sand, and I can see some forms of life, already developing within the sand, which is great. So that's pretty much it for this video. Just wanted to touch base again on the tank. If you notice, there is a SPS coral in there. The only reason I put it in there is, well, it just, I don't know, something about that frag plug that's on. It's never really done well on the frag plug, and I just kind of stuck that in there, to see what it would do, see how sensitive they really are. And I'll show you, the polyps are out, and it's not dead. When I initially put it in there were some die off around the edges of it, but now it looks like it's coming back. The polyps are out. It's kind of brown, but it kind of was already brown when I had it. So, and I already fragged off the piece that I wanted of it. So there it is. And my bicolor blenny is doing great. He's pretty hardy. He's hiding out in that hole right there. I don't know if you could see him or not. I'm sure you've probably already seen him out swimming around a little bit. But there's the diatom that's growing on the sand. It's mainly in the corners where there's not the main part of flow in these corners, so there is diatom growth. I cleaned the glass off, so you can't really tell if there's any on the glass or not. And the rock, you really can't tell. I'm starting to wonder, it looks like that coralline's alive. I don't believe it is. I'm going to read up on it and see if it can live, after being dried out. But from my experience, coralline turns white when it dies. But this is still purple and pink. And the part that looks the most, like it's alive is down here on the bottom. You can't really see it. But beside that purple spot there is some pink, and it's real fleshy looking. I don't think it's alive, but you know, it makes you wonder. And let's check down in the sump here, see what we got going on. The skimmer has been doing really well, really well. I'm really surprised, actually. I can't wait till I get a new pump on this thing and see what I can crank out. This is the best that skimmer has done. You know, I had it hanging on the back of a tank before, and it didn't do much at all. And in the sump, it does pretty well in the sump. I think it all has to do with the water height. It seems to do best at about the max line there on my sump. So I'm going to put a wall in the sump to make it stay a constant height to where the skimmer's at, and I think that'll really improve it a lot. I may just buy a new skimmer later on, but for right now, I don't need any more than that anyway. So the return pump's doing good. I put a piece of foam, wrapped it around the bottom of the pump and shoved it down in there, and it seems to be working really well. The foam that I use is this stuff right here. And my buddy of mine who did a unboxing of a SWC 160 cone skimmer, he gave me a piece of this foam. It was in the packaging of his pump, and it's just a, you know, El Cheapo foam, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's made up of different plies of foam, and it's kind of, it doesn't feel like it's going to come apart in the water or anything, and I'm not exactly sure what the foam is made out of, but I like it. So we'll see how it does in there. Hopefully it doesn't come apart or anything in my tank and cause havoc. I'll probably just get a quieter pump later on, to be honest, so I don't have to worry about that. But for right now it works. It's kind of sitting crooked in there, but it's the quietest it's ever been. So, and I still have the bio balls in there. I'm going to order some new stuff for my tanks this week sometime. Probably some pumps for my Hangleback refugiums with the skimmers attached to them, and I'll probably order me a filter sock so I can convert this thing over to filter sock. So whenever I do that, I'll kind of make a how-to video on how to convert that over to a filter sock. I got a pretty good idea how to do it, and I think it'll work quite well, so you'll have to keep an eye out for that as well. Oh, and there is some detritus built up in the bottom of that. I think that occurred when this filter tray here with the filter pad in it got kind of clogged up there for a little bit, and it kept overflowing, and it kept clogging up. Like every day I would clean it out and it would get clogged up, and I thought it was just the pad, just the crappy pad, you know, and I replaced the pad and it did it again. And so I finally just kept cleaning it out every time it got filled up, and now it, you know, it's, you know, been working fine. It hasn't overflowed down the side yet, so I'll have to get that detritus out, get it stirred up, sucked out whenever I do a little bit of maintenance on this tank. So, but that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like my tank. I moved some rock around from the initial aquascaping that I did, just to make it more aesthetically pleasing. I moved quite a bit of the rock, almost all of it. I think it looks really good right now, so tell me what you guys think, and if you want to subscribe to my videos, that would be cool too. I'd appreciate that. So just let me know something, guys, what you think. If you have any suggestions for corals, fish, etc. for my tank, just hit me up. Thanks guys, and I'm out of here.